We're with forward Kyle Betts as we continue with our exit interviews for 2023-24. Thanks for taking a few minutes. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Let's talk about the year for you. Again, another season that kind of started like last year. You're here on a PTO for quite a long time. You do eventually sign your deal partway through the season, which is outstanding. But how would you kind of put this season into words, and maybe how did it compare to last year for you?
Yeah, I guess a little bit of deja vu. Getting that call early when I was in Utah to come back. And, it's kind of an easier transition, I guess, having already been here once, familiar with some of the guys, familiar with some staff. So I think I came with a little more confidence and, I guess, knowledge, you can play at this level, unlike last year when it was all brand new.
Sure.
So I think that definitely helped in playing a role and eventually signing a deal and kind of committing to being here for the rest of the season, which was definitely a relief and I guess a nice feather in the cap, I guess.
Yeah, and you put up a career high in AHL points, with 5 goals, 4 assists. Obviously, I would imagine the increased playing time kind of helps with the numbers and the confidence. Did you kind of feel that way this year?
Yeah, definitely. Last year didn't produce much at all. So I guess, I want to take a step forward that way offensively. And like you said, having that confidence from last year that you can play at this level, maybe make a play that you wouldn't have last year, or the additional playing time. I got a great opportunity with penalty kill and whatnot. Just kind of gets you more involved in the game and maybe helps you capitalize when you get a chance.
You played a lot with Boko this year on the checking lines. What was it like to play with him? I know Hallie's been telling us how much fun it's been to dump the puck in and watch Boko chase guys down. How did you find playing with him? And you guys seem to have a bit of chemistry as well through the season.
Yeah, he's an easy guy to play with.
Yeah.
You're going to get every night. He's going to bring his best effort. He's going to play hard, and a guy you like playing with on your line because you have that kind of, guarantee of what you're going to get. And also, the presence he brings out there, it's easy to play with, and you have a guy like that in your line because, he is feared in the league. It's kind of well known, and when you have him beside you in your left wing, you kind of feel like you're invincible as well.
Yeah, he's a protector to say the least. I know there's a lot of college guys on the team this year as well, and we've been hearing from some of the guys we've talked to just about how tight this group was, and I think you hear that every year around every team, but it seems almost a little bit different here. Like it's more true just at how tight this group was throughout the season.
Yeah, it really was a special group. The management did a great job bringing good character, and I think that's just kind of the late season push and kind of getting through Toronto with some adversity. I think like a lot of that character kind of contributed to maybe the success we had in those aspects.
Yeah, we're chatting with forward Kyle Betts. You played in the one playoff game with Zach Ostapchuk out injured, but you were around, again, like all the other guys who didn't play. You were with the team daily on the playoff run. What was it like to have that kind of Calder Cup playoff experience, and maybe how was it different from your Kelly Cup playoff experience with Utah in previous years?
Yeah, I think with the experience we gained this season, as much as I wasn't really playing the playoffs, just being around it and kind of seeing, the flow of, a postseason run. I hope that, the group that is back next year, if I'm with it or not, we can kind of draw on that experience and push even deeper. As far as the differences with the Kelly Cup, obviously I was playing a bigger role down there, and sure. I guess, kind of being relied on as a guy that's going to help push through each series. And this year is more of being a supporting cast and, making sure I'm being positive and supporting the guys that are playing, letting them know they're doing a great job, and being more of, a team player.
Yeah. What about the Bay of Quinte area, Belleville, now your second, basically full season here? What's it been like kind of being part of this community?
Yeah, honestly, it's starting to feel like home. I was talking to my parents the other day, I'm excited to get back, but, it's been 2 seasons now in the Bay, and, it's cool being an Ontario kid. I had some familiar with Belleville, had some, hockey tournaments here growing up. But living here, you get a whole new appreciation for it and how beautiful the area is. And it's nice playing a little bit deeper, into the postseason and seeing some of that better weather come around and, seeing some of the stuff out in the county. So it's been really nice. And, I would definitely love to be back if I could for a third season.
Yeah, it's funny when Toronto went out. We knocked Toronto out, and then when the Leafs went out, I was trying to get everybody on board that we're Ontario's team. So, whether it's Sens or not, it's kind of cool to be from Ontario and playing professionally in the province here.
Yeah, and it's surprising that we don't have many Ontario guys playing. Playing here. But I grew up in the small hometown, home of Chris Neal. So the Sens were always, it was kind of our team in that town. A lot of Toronto fans around us, but just with Chris Neal coming through there, it was kind of our small little Sens community.
Yeah, and you're probably a little north enough of the city that some of the Leaf fans kind of taper off, I would imagine, just a little bit perhaps. But
they're still pretty loyal up there. But.
Yeah, as we see here as well.
Yeah.
But like was said last year, I think we're converting fans one jersey at a time.
Yeah.
What else is on tap for you for the summer aside from preparing for next year and hopefully locking down a deal somewhere?
Yeah, I'll go back to school, back to Cornell to train. We have a few pro guys that do that, and a lot of the current players stay and get to work with their strength coach, and they're on ice, get to use the facilities. So it's been a great step the last couple of years, and I plan to do that again. Other than that, nothing too crazy planned for the summer.
That's kind of a cool, perk of being an alumnus of such a big program when it comes to hockey, being able to go back and take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's awesome, just especially for me being from a small town. We don't really have ice or a big group of pro guys to train with. So having the ability to go there and, have a competitive group to train with and like I said, use the amazing facilities that you're able to use at school, it's a perfect fit.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Well, all the best with your preparations for next year. Congrats on another solid season here. It was amazing watching you play, and have a great summer, man.
All right, thanks, buddy.